Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. The Gamecocks will put total leather to crank us up. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will have the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the tailback. Discards a man. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a...
Lost one deep down the right side. Makes the catch at the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone. They are set up at the 17.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Gets it out fast. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 4. So South Carolina's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that, a cornerback, that could do that in a game like this. But this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
From the shotgun, the inside give. At the 35, he's loose. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Gamecocks in the hurry-up.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Got it in stride inside the 20. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, South Carolina. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And he tacks on the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
You see so many offenses these days just throw swing routes to the running back. That's the extension of the run game. Well, that's the play that's the extension of. It's the toss. And when he gets outside, watch out. He can dial up home runs.
Makes the grab over the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking to throw, it's Ford. The sweet feet buy a little time. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense these days.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. On the ground, it's Cornelius. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
On 4th down, looking to pass. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Touchdown, Dogs! What a catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
To the ground. He's got it again. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short. The Gamecocks are in the hurry up. From the gun. Give on the inside. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Let's see what they've got on second down. Now they're going to throw it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. It must be great to be a Georgia linebacker. Coming downhill with speed. Defensive front eats up blockers, and you make the play.
It is nice, and it's nice because usually they got 3 guys in front of you.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. How about these 2 running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll give it to the back. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They believe they can run right here. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Looking for a man. It's Ford. Buys a little extra time. Knocked off his feet.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Got the quick pass. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Looking to throw it again. They're trying to get to him.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. You know, a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Bulldozes his way through. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They want to throw it. He caught it. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down. A very productive play on first down has now set us up with his second and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Touchdown, Georgia! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And he intercepts it. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Cornelius. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Looking downfield, it's Ford. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again. Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line. So offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the 1 on 4th down. With jet sweep pass. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The throw to the outside is complete. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Robinson. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly. He's going to pass. Quick completion on the out. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got 4 receivers spread across the field, 3 on the right on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Escapes trouble. The throw. Catch in the middle, it's Robinson. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring run.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
It's caught downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, and listen, this guy's had a good day. I know they're trailing and they need to put some drives together, but I also wouldn't abandon him because he's had such a monster day and he's been the bright spot so far for this offense.
The Gamecocks will hustle to the line. The give to the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him. And that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Fires into the end zone. Oh, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well. And they're
just plowing ahead. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great...
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, running back on the move. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long. 1st down marker just short of the goal line. Dropping back, it's Ford. He caught it. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. They would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I think the defense had a pretty good idea they were running the football. How about that? Bringing the pressure, getting in the backfield, almost getting the safety.
I thought from watching up here in the booth, real time, that looked like a safety, but I guess he got just the nose of the football out in the field of play. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Listen, his team's obviously down in this game, but it's not his fault. I mean, this guy showed up to play. He's been churning out big play after big play. Already over 100 yards rushing in this game. He's carrying his weight. He needs his buddies around him now to pick up the slack a little bit and help get this team back in the game.
And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. What a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the marker. The Gamecocks have this offense rolling. They'll give it to him again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Farmer. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Gamecocks decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
First down here for the offense. They'll go to the ground. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third.
Good enough for a first down.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. Tosses it incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Got room at the 35. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. Leaves it with the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Gamecocks have taken it inside the 20. He'll do it himself. Bulls his way forward. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They'll try the run. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game. Late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in this stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
At the 35, he's got room. And he has vexed his defense with the scrambles. Another first down and yet another big gain.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Up until this point on the drive, the offense had really had the defense's number, but now an opportunity to get off the field with a stop.
Yeah, that's the great thing about defense. You can give up yards. You're worried about points, but you got to find those situations where I can create negative plays. And they do a great job here forcing the negative plays. Now I'm in the advantage. I got them behind the sticks, behind the 8-ball.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs! They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. He'll start this drive firing. A little screen to the running back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On third down, going up top. Using his legs to buy some time. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry up.
So frustrating as a defense because you got the offense in third down. You're in a situation now where you can get off the field.
And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. They need something that goes forward this time on second and long from the 14. He's looking to throw. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to throw. It's Ford. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Looking down the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop. How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some first downs. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David? I mean, we know we're running it. You know we're going to run it. We're trying to ice this game. There's nothing you can do to stop us.
He's got his man. Makes the grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the first and goal. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Touchdown, Georgia! And the stomping has commenced. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Looking for more room. The 20. Touchdown Bulldogs. How about that D coming up with a play like that? That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. That kind of play can really get you going, not only on defense, but the great field position for the O at the 37. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Avoids pressure. He'll try to do it himself. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He's got it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Someone say run the clock. Someone saying I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game. But the offense did their job.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. One more play to pad the stats. Wants to throw on 1st down. Played till the final whistle. It falls in.